Can we hear me now? Do we have sound? Can we hear me now? Oh. Do we have sound? Yay! At last! For goodness sake! Do we have sound? Yay! Hurrah, there's sound! Oh, for goodness sake, these damn technology. Hurrah, there's sound. Yippee! Oh, I think I'm going mad. I'm losing the plot. We have sound loud and clear. Yippee! Oh, I've got no idea why we had no sound. I don't know whether it was Facebook or what it was, so I have no idea. Oh, I think it just does it to test me. Hello, Sue. Hi, Roz. Hi, Anne. Hello, Piggy Sue. Hello, Jane. Sorry about that. Hello, Shelley. Sound is okay now. Yay! And Leslie can't find the live that I'm doing at the present. Oh dear. It's great. I love Facebook and technology. I just love it. Hello, Serena. Yay. Hello, Yvonne. Don't ask me why there was no sound. I have no clue. My mic was on, so it was all on. I have no clue. I think it's just a challenge. Hello, Becky. How are you? Oh, she's replying to Shavneez. I do beg your pardon. Loud and clear. It was oh so quiet. Oh, it was oh so quiet. That rings a bell, that does, Kim. Blame it on the weather. Is that what it is, Liz? I had no clue. What are those little people I can spy on your desk? Those little people are what we're going to make. Oh. Give me time to get my sausage out the freezer and put it in the oven on defrost setting. There's only people on my Facebook Live that need to get the sausage out. Go get your sausage out, Jane. Hi, Pat. Oh. Hi, Cass. Hello. We've got sound. And we have sound. Thanks, Kim. Hello again. I do apologise, I've got no idea. Now you can hear, Janet's come back. Janet found me on time and there was no sound. It's all well with the world now, Stephanie. We have sound. Poor Leslie Ecol, I think, can't find me. So I don't know why. Hello, Heidi. How are you? So hopefully, let's see if I can place my link to my group, see if that works. Yes, that works. Yay, I'm back on the ball again. I'm back on the ball. Hurrah, Dawn. At last. So I'll just wait a few moments for a couple of people just to find me. Just to find my waffle. Hello, Vicky. How is everybody? And the first words I hear are, got to get mine. That was what you said. You got to get your sausage out the freezer. Oh, I wish I had one to get out. Why is it always my live? It's sod's law, isn't it, Janet? You were on time and then there's no sound. Hello, Kirsten. And Alison's replying an S sign to Paula. Hello, Beverly. As per normal, Beverly, always something happens on my live. We had no sound. Found you and sound. Yay, Lynn. Oh, hello, Leslie. I'm sorry. I think sometimes with Facebook, you have to go back out and back in several times before you find me. I had to do the same with mine. Hello, Sue. You're back with sound, Jennifer. It might be better without sound, actually. You might be surprised. Were you looking for your hearing aids, Lorraine? No, it was me. I don't know why. It can be frustrating at times, Leslie, but I checked everything. No sausage, just mince for Heidi. So I checked all my sound and it was on. So the first comment I see is that Jane needs to get her sausages out the freezer. That's the first comment I saw. Hi, Angie. First comment. Hi, Andrea. Hello there. Good afternoon, everybody. Good, we now found you and we have sound. Hello, Lynn. So I'll just give a couple of minutes. Hello, Rizwana. Hello there. Good afternoon, everybody. How is everybody? I've just had water leaking in the conservatory. Hello, Becky. The first rain we've had in ages, and I've got rain coming in the conservatory. Good afternoon, Sue. Sorry about the weather, it's my fault. You see, I remember that comment. I ordered a barbecue pack from the butcher. Well, at least you've got your barbecue pack. Jane hasn't got her sausages out the freezer yet to put in and defrost in the oven. So Jane's getting her sausages out the freezer. It just wasn't right without... Didn't matter too much, as had message to say Tesco got slots, so had to book. They're like gold dust. They are like gold dust, Liz, as well. That's what's done it, Sue. It's you with the weather, Sue. I was desperately trying to find you at 3:30. Got muddled. Senior moment. Yes, it's 4 o'clock, although by the time we've got in with sound, it's 4:14. Keep it clean, ladies. Let's be professional. Nah, Shelley. Let's forget the professionalism. Right, I was sitting on my lonesome, were you, Sue? Hi, Sue. Thank you, Vicky. So, the Facebook Live this time is going to be a little bit longer, so don't worry if you lose the will and you need to leave. That's absolutely fine. I'm glad it's great now, Leslie. But I just wanted to say a thank you for all your support over the last 6 weeks. Your support's been amazing. Hi, Sue. First time I've ever seen Tracy Evans lost for words. It takes a lot for me to be lost for words, Sue. Only when somebody switches the sound off. Hi, Sue. I think what had happened, Liz, we've got a plant growing in the roof of the conservatory and it had lifted the conservatory roof, so it had leaked in. So my husband's banged it down again in a professional manner. And Patricia's found me again. Hello, Chris. It's really cold again. I've got the heating on, Sue. I'm quite cold. I've got the heating on. Hello, Cease. So I wanted to say a huge thank you to all of you because hello, Sheila, your support over the last 6 weeks has been absolutely amazing. So, like gold dust, like index clips. So I've bought something, well, it might not appeal to everybody. What's this? They're out now, so I'll be able to feed the family later. Yay, Jane. Jane's sausages are out now, folks, so you're all right. So I've bought something as a giveaway. It might not appeal to everybody, but there's a little challenge. Let me get the box. This is to prove that it's a new product. So I'm going to send my camera into overdrive. Mine is shut down, mouth dripping. 6 weeks, I think it is, Jennifer. So I want to thank you all for your support. So I'm just proving that it's new, what I've bought you. And it's for one randomly drawn winner. Oh, bless you, Liz. It's for one randomly drawn winner, but I wanted to prove it's a new box. It's all new. Let me move it onto my knee. And, oh, you found the Black Noir pad at last. Great, Sue. So I've got a giveaway for one randomly drawn winner, but there's a challenge. And the challenge is, hello, Janet, that you have to create a new project with one of my stamp sets, and you have to tag me, Tracy Evans, and then put new project so that I know it's a new project. And this is the giveaway. Let me get it for you. It's a bookbinding system. It might not appeal to everybody, but it's brand new. It's still in its box. Don't ask me what that is, because you'll have to read all the instructions. It's a bookbinding. Oh, thank you, Jane. It's a bookbinding kit. And it's all brand new, look. It's all brand new. So I think it was £70 retail. So it's a little bookbinding kit. Let me get all of it out. It's got all the bits. Don't ask me what all the bits do. You have to watch the DVD. So you definitely have to watch the DVD. It's a bookbinding kit. So that's where you pierce your holes, I presume. You've got your glue to go with it. Hang on, there's something else here. A big wooden thing. I won't pull it out because it's all secure. You get this book binding thing as well, a book binding cradle. So it's all brand new. Oh, where have you gone? Lost you. I'm still here, Rizwana. So it's all in the box. It's got clips, it's got everything in the book binding kit. So you've got this cradle that you put everything on. I'm leaving that in the box, Luke. I'm leaving that in the box. Let me show you. That's in the box, Luke. So there's the cradle in the box. So there's the cradle. And it'll be for one randomly drawn winner. And you need to create a project, a new project. Tag me in the new project and say new project, so I know it's for the new project giveaway. So it's got all the bits, the dowel, the measure, oh, everything. I'm just leaving, it's all neat in the box. The little cradle. Don't ask me what that is. I presume that's to bind the books with. I have no idea because that's up to you. And then there's also a video from Janie showing you how to bind it all. So that's all in there as well. So I've got to put all this back in the box, and will it go back the same? Will it, Heck? So that's for one randomly drawn winner. So yes, so one randomly drawn winner will receive that. I'll draw the winner in about 2.5 weeks. And if you create a project, create a new project, I'm not bothered what the project is. It can be a tag, it can be a card, it can be a mixed media project. But if you tag me and say Tracy Evans new project, then I'll know that you're in the giveaway. Because it might not appeal to everybody, but I just thought that I need to give something back because you've all been fantastic with your support over the last 6 weeks. So thank you very much. It went off as soon as you bought the box out. What went? Oh, did it? Sorry, Rizwana. So I will bring it in later so you can see. So yes, we're back with sound, Chantel. And I'll post to anywhere, so it doesn't make any difference which country or whatever. So I'll post to everywhere. And if you just tag me and put Tracy Evans, tag me, and then put new project, I'll draw the winner in about 2.5 weeks to give you a chance to create a little project. I've always wanted a cradle for book binding. Oh, there you go. You see, I just wing it. But I just thought at least it's a different giveaway for you. And we've all been making our little books, so I thought it was quite apt. You're very welcome, Wendy. So yes, so if you just tag me in your new, as long as I know it's a new project, because if you put new project, I'll know that you want to be in the giveaway, because not everybody wants to be in the giveaway. If you'd like to share the video, that'd be much appreciated. Thank you very much. If not, that's also appreciated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a card. How do you tag me? You press the @ sign, Lee, you use the @ sign on your keyboard, and when you type Tracy and start to type Evans, my name will come up and you click on it and it should show in blue, I think. I wasn't here for your starting, but I've been baking. Oh, it doesn't matter, Wendy. The giveaway is for if you do a project. Don't worry about if you're here or not. So no, so I needed to give something back because your support's been absolutely amazing. So I wanted to do that. I've been planning to do it for a couple of weeks. And then I had to wait for the product to come because it didn't arrive because of the post. So you tag me, Liz, by putting the @ sign and then type my name, Tracy Evans, and it'll tag me. Any kind of project, Rizwana, I don't care if it's that size. I don't care if it's that size or it's huge. Just as long as I know it's a new project with my stamps, as long as it's with my stamps, I don't care. And as long as you tag me, that's absolutely fine. Fiddle-dee-dee-dee, you keep freezing. Oh no, sorry Dawn, I seem okay here. Oh, thank you, Kim. So I'm going to do a couple of projects today. Look for Pink Frog on a Chanda or internet. Oh, you're replying to Paula. Thank you, Sue. So I think it has to be two-way as well. You've supported me a lot, so I'd like to give something back. So that's just the way I am. It's just the way I roll. It makes me feel better if I give something back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 cards today. If you're getting a little bit tired or you get a little bit bored, don't worry, just leave the live. It's not a problem. What is the challenge? The challenge, Serena, is you just create a new project and tag me saying Tracy Evans new project, so that I know you want to be in the draw for the bookbinding kit. That's all it is. Just so I know you want to be in the draw, because, you know, some people don't want to be in the draw. That's fair enough, not a problem. Have you just received your gorgeous stamps, Joanna? Brilliant. Wonderful. That's fantastic news. So I'm going to create 2 cards today. So it's entirely up to you if you stay with me. I'm just going to enjoy the process. If you don't want to stay with me, don't worry. You don't have to tell me. Just disappear. That's absolutely fine. So my first project I'm going to create with this stamp. I was tidying out my cupboard and I haven't used this stamp for a bit and I love it. So I wanted to use this stamp. Hello, Karen. How are you? Not spoke to you for a bit. I cut out my little book, but unfortunately that's all I've done. It doesn't matter, Jennifer. You've done something. Who cares? Not a problem. Oh, Pergamano. That's it. They are Pergamano. I love how you can all answer each other's questions. And Deborah should be working. Lizzie's PayPal has Stamper's Grove on speed dial. So I'm going to be using this stamp and I'm going to create 2 projects. And with the 2 projects, I'm using these 3 stamps. So I'm using Eclectic Silhouette, Stamp Set 33 and Stamp Set 34. So them are the ones I'm going to use today. New to all this, and I've been inspired by Tracy. Oh, bless Paula. Thank you. Thank you, Paula. Well, maybe you can create something with your new flower stamps and then you can be in the draw. Have you just ordered this stamp, June 34? Oh, I love it. I like that. So I wanted to use these stamps for a change. So no new techniques. You might pick up a snippet, you might not. We're just going with the flow and I'm just enjoying the process. It doesn't matter that you're late. Are you Sally's too absorbed in another little book. The idea of this live is that we're just having fun together. We're just having a chat and we're just enjoying it. So I'm glad you've got 113, Liz. It's nice because you can use it with me. So what I'm going to do is create 2 projects. One's going to be vintage and one's going to be in a colour. Thank you. So I'm going to start with my vintage photos. No, not vintage photos. Vintage photo, Distress Oxide, Fossilised Amber and Vintage Photo. And Pat's received happy post from Speedy James. Yay! Oh, bless you, Kim. Thanks very much, everybody. You've been so supportive. You've not missed anything, Linda. I'm doing a giveaway. I'm giving away a bookbinding kit. I'm not that good, so we'll just see what everyone else makes for the prize. Paula, don't put yourself down. Even if you just stamp a flower and put a bit of colour on it, at least you're enjoying your stamps. That's all it matters. You don't have to do anything complicated at all. You just enjoy what you do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply my Distress Oxides direct to my craft sheet. And what I'm doing today is I'm enjoying my crafting time with you. I'm not stressing about what I'm making. I'm just going to enjoy my time with you. Could you not get on again, Sue? We've got a giveaway, Sue. I don't know whether you'll have missed that. But I'm just picking up these Distress Oxides. If you missed the giveaway, Sue, just let me know. And I'm just today just enjoying the process of enjoying your company and enjoying being creative. And I'm just going to enjoy my stamps. Hello, Tom. Have I missed you? Hello, Tom. So, yes, so I've got a giveaway. And it's a bookbinding kit. But you don't have to enter if you don't want to. Oh, I'm back. So just let me know, Sue, if you didn't see it. Be brave, join in. Exactly, Sue. We're not bothered. It's not, in my group, it's not about what you make. It's got nothing to do with what you make. It's about enjoying the process. We're not bothered how new you are. Whether you enjoyed it is the most important thing. We're not bothered about anything else in our group. And if you want to be a part of the group, I'll just add the link here if it lets me. There's my group if you want to be part of it. So I'm going to add another layer of Distress Oxides. I love the Fossilised Amber. It just gives a lovely warmth. Did you miss everything, Sue? Sue, we've got a giveaway. I'm giving away a bookbinding kit. It's brand new. I've ordered it especially. I'll show it you at the end. It's a bookbinding kit. And all you have to do is make one new project. One new project with any of my stamps, and then tag me, Tracy Evans new project. And then I'll know you want to be in the draw. Oh, thank you, Tracy. So yes, so don't worry about what you make. I'm not bothered what size it is. As long as it's made with my stamps, that's all I ask. Oh, thank you, Sarah. No competition. Absolutely, I'm not interested in that at all. It's about everybody sharing the fact that they've enjoyed themselves. And that's what the Facebook Lives are about. The Facebook Lives are about enjoying ourselves and maybe picking up a few snippets. As you know, normally, if we weren't live, we would allow this to dry naturally. Cuckoo. Who've I missed who said cuckoo? Hello, Autumn. Sorry I missed you. I'll show it you at the end, Sue. Just remind me. Yes, a comedian too. There you go. So I'm just spritzing my layers with water. And I'm going to keep adding those layers to my background. And we're going to create 2 cards so that each card is different. One with colours and one with vintage tones. And when I use Distress Oxide inks, I like to layer the colour. I don't just like to do it once. And most of you know me by now. You know that I ask you to let it, you know, sort of dry naturally so that you get a better intensity of colour. Oh, have you seen some of the new release? So I'm just letting that dry. They are in parcel on the way. Ooh, to me, but here in London, the posties are so behind. Actually, Wendy, that's true. They are behind in London. I've heard that as well. Yay, Debbie, thank you. Just been braved and share my mini book. Brilliant, Sue. Honestly, you'll love sharing. None of us, it's not about being judgmental. Craft is about enjoying ourselves and enjoying the process. It's not about being judgmental. That's not what it's about. So I'm just adding the layers to my background. And as you can see, I'm on my 4th layer. What new release? Ooh, all will be revealed on Monday. So I'm just going to keep adding those layers, because the layers make it more interesting and make the colour more intensified. And what I would do is I'd let that dry naturally. I can watch it back. Sounds lovely. Oh, bless you, Sue. Thank you. That's hardly anything, Linda. He didn't really show much. He only showed 4 stamps. He didn't show much else. I've got 18 stamps in the new release. So what I would normally do is I would let that dry naturally. And if you let it dry naturally, you get puddles of lovely colour, which is better. And looking forward to inspiration. Oh, are you new to the group, Lorraine? Welcome. The post is very hit and miss in London. They've got a lot of staff off sick. I've loved watching your journey, Ros. Loved watching your journey. And it's so lovely to see you sharing. Oh, bless you, Maureen. Thank you. I've got 1 million craft videos saved on Facebook to catch up on. What I tend to do is, do you know when you have them days, sometimes mine's a Friday. On a Friday, I'll sit there and I call it my DOS day. My DOS day, where I don't do anything but maybe watch a couple of videos or just update my social media. So I always do that. I know, 18. Oh, Dawn, what you have to remember is, it doesn't matter if we haven't got funds. We don't buy 18 stamps. We can wait. Doesn't matter if it takes a year. But the idea is that I've got to bring variety, because not everybody... No, Sue, not everybody will like everything that I've bought out. You might only like 1. You might only like 2. We've all got different tastes. So, you know, you might find 1 that you like. You might find 2 that you like. So it's just, you know, what your taste is. So I've tried to bring something out for everybody. CBA Day. What's CBA Day? Wow, we'll have to... No, you don't. You won't need all 18, Liz. Ow, that paper's hot. By my new 12 weeks in. Wait, what's that? What was that? That's what's CBA Day? And can't be arsed, that's it. Do you know, I'm so slow, Debbie. Can't be arsed day. I have quite a few of them can't be arsed. See, you all know, I didn't know what that meant. I thought, what does CBA Day mean? Can't be arsed. I've learnt something new. I'll definitely have to mark my video not for children. I'll be posting them on my Facebook, Joanna. They'll be on my Facebook. So I will post them there when Abs gives me the go-ahead. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some vintage photo. No, I'm not. Is it vintage? No, I'm going to add a darker colour. Looks like a... Does it look like a face in my background? Let me look on the camera. Oh, yes. I keep doing these odd things. DBA. Now Karen's put DBA. Good to put a name to my days, can't be arsed. I haven't heard of it before, Linda, either. Oh, see, Sue works in a school, so she's trendy. She knows all the slang. What I'm going to use now is ground espresso. And I'm applying the ground espresso over my stencil. Lots of dots stencil, because I wanted to use this for a change. It is. I think the lockdown has brought, you know, the mail to a bit of a standstill. But they're doing very well. They're doing very well. So I'm just spritzing my stencil with water. And then I'm going to dip that stencil down onto my card. And just allow that to settle. It's Jesus on there. What are you lot talking about? I think it's the same all over the UK. And then Heidi's put, it's Jesus on there. Oh, gee, I've got you in the artwork. Sorry, Heidi. I love brown, Sarah. I love it. I do love brown, but I'm making 2 cards today. Am I buffering, Chris? I seem to be okay on mine. Perhaps it's because it's the afternoon again and everybody's live. So it could be that. So I'm just going to wipe my stencil and I've got a lovely print there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spritz that again with water. I'm spritzing the stenciling with water just so that that reacts. Are you having to use your phone, Serena? In Canada, we should have a list, Karen, of stockists in Canada on the All and Create page. We should have a list of stockists. So I've spritzed that stenciling with water. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some infusions just on the top where the water is. Just a few sprinkles, just to add to the intensity of colour. Just a few infusions. What's the one you used, Tom? That's hilarious. Something Tom's used. So I've added infusions just to add a bit more intensity of colour. Oh, thank you, Paula. That means a lot. So I'm just allowing this to sit because I've got some infusions on there as well that's adding to the intensity of colour. So I'm just spritzing it to allow it to sit. But don't worry, I've done one I've done before. So we'll allow that to sit because, let me bring in my scissors. The infusions are adding to that intensity of colour. They will add some more colour. So if I bring in one I've done before, I will allow that to sit. This is now dark and rich. They're like Brushos, Linda, but they've got a walnut crystal in there. You can use them on fabric and they've got a walnut crystal. So because of that walnut element, if you allow the crystals to sit, you'll get more of the walnut element becoming visible. The longer you allow those crystals to sit, the walnut crystals will become visible. So, and you can use them with stencils, the paper artsy infusions, but the walnut crystals will become more visible the longer that you allow that to sit. To venture to the shop tonight, it's when it's quiet. I don't blame you, Leslie. So I'm just allowing that to dry. So what I've got now is I've got my cards. Let me just reach for my... And what I've done, might have to steal them back. Oh, Karen. She's going to steal them back, Karen. What I'm doing is I'm turning my card over, and what I've done is I'm scoring some lines on my card on the reverse. I'm scoring lines on the reverse, and I'm scoring these lines on the reverse to ground my image, to ground the image. So I've done 2 horizontal and 2 vertical lines on my card. You might not see them on camera, but I'll show them. I have some walnut crystals. Absolutely, Sarah, try your walnut crystals. What your walnut crystals will do, your walnut crystals will give more depth to your distress oxides. It'll give more depth to the oxides. So can you see that I've scored 2 lines? Oh no, Leslie, I don't envy you. So I've just scored lines on the background, as you can see here on the background of my card. And if you turn it over, you can see, let me just get my wax. I've highlighted, what's the funny version of swearing do you use? So Tom uses a different version of swearing. And then what we're going to do is add some wax to those score lines. Let me lift this up so you can see those score lines. I'm just adding wax to those score lines. Hopefully you can see it. That's it, Wendy. You need to go on a walnut crystal look. I'm trying to show you some different ways to incorporate your images and ground them, because I want to ground my image. So I'm just adding. Can you see that gold touch there? So it just adds another. I'm just trying to give you some different ideas. They might not appeal to everybody, but we have to try different things just to keep the interest going. So I'm just adding some wax. And what the wax does, that lifts the beige, the brown. And you can still see the layers. So can you see those score lines? Don't they look fab, those score lines? So experiment with your score lines and add more score lines. But I'm loving this area here. I love it. So that's just a different idea. So let me just fasten that up and move it out the way and wipe my finger. Oh, bless you, Linda. Thank you. So, and as you know, I'm just enjoying the process today. That's all I'm doing. I'm enjoying the process. So this is what we've got so far. Can you see? Lovely. I love this area here where they cross over. They just cross over here, and I'm loving that area. Doesn't it look effective? I really like that. So you could use your flowers or anything. So what I'm going to do now is get another piece of card. So I'm not rushing this process. I don't want to rush what I'm doing. So I'm bringing in my stamp, and I'm going to use ground espresso distress oxide. Or am I going to? Yes, I am. Oh, Lee's fur babies after a popcorn. Oh, I'm glad you like that. I thought it was quite fun. So I'm just inking my silhouette up. Have your waxes gone hard, Kim? Oh, what you can do instead, Kim, you could highlight it with another colour. Maybe another colour of ink or paint. I'm grounding my image at the moment too, Tracy. Just doing my roots while watching. Lisa's doing her roots. I love. You're all mad, you lot are. You do realise that. You do realise you're all mad, don't you? And you say I'm mad. So I'm just inking with ground espresso. And I'm just going to stamp my image in the background. And what I'm using is I'm using this part here. I'm using this part of the image here because I want that silhouette. I have a rusty car, a green man, a violet storm, and cerise infusions. Oh, infusions. I'm using golden sands. What can you... They've all got walnut. Rusty car sounds nice, Serena. Try rusty car. Rusty car sounds fab. Try that one. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Given up on my roots. I haven't got any roots, but I've got a mass of flaming hair. They are bonkers, Heidi. You're all bonkers. It's not just me. You're all mad. So I'm just going to stand up a bit because I've only used oxides. I've not used VersaFine Clair. So I've just used my oxides, like so. Just lifting the acrylic block to make sure that I get a good image. Try not to shout down the microphone. And just look at that. Look at that image. It's just fab. So I'm now... Rusty car... Does rusty car sound like me, Karen? You see, this is why I'm half loopy. Because I have friends like Karen that call me a rusty car, you see. So I'm now inking the dragonfly. Because in this stamp set, you've got the dragonfly as well. So we've got the dragonfly here, so I'm going to ink that as well. But saving pennies for stamps instead. I love my stamps, Linda. I'm terrible. I'm stamp mad. I have ink pads. Exactly, Linda. Use them. So I'm going to use this dragonfly as well. I've just put that on there. Move that out the way. And while we're just waiting, look how the infusions are going darker on that piece of card. They're going darker and richer. They're going darker and richer in colour, the infusions are. So I'm allowing that to dry naturally. It's a good image, isn't it, Sarah? Is the image going to go on top of the background? It is, Jane. I will cut it out. Although I've cut mine out already. So yes, Jane, you need to cut it out. Mine roots are horrendous. Couldn't hang in there any longer. Oh, bless Lisa. No, I'm a redhead, so I'm all right colour-wise because that's just my natural colour, but I've just got a mass of hair, so I look like Wurzel Gummidge. So, can't have it all, Rhodes, can we? I've got some of those too. Oh, Sarah's answering Margaret, sorry. So I'm just allowing the ink to rest because I'm using oxides. I'm not using VersaFine Clair. So I'm still allowing those inks to rest. And I just want the wings. There we go. Whoops. Let's just move that stamp out the way. So what I'm going to do now is because I've used oxides, I can react those. Hello, Chrissy. Hello there. So I can now reactivate those. So I can then add a touch of shading round the outside edge of my little silhouette, and it means that if you're not very good at colouring, the colouring is already done for you because you can already add the shading to the silhouette, so the silhouette will shade no problem at all because those oxides are reactive to water, so it works perfectly. I was just reopening for oh, something's just... I'm Silver Head gave up on the... Hey, I'm telling you, Linda, silver and grey hair is all in, I'm afraid. It's all popular. It's all trendy to have grey and silver hair. It's very trendy. So I wouldn't knock it. You're trendy. So can you see what would we do with our crafty hobby and crafty friends, the best times? Exactly, Sarah, exactly. It's my fringe. I look like Dobbin. My fringe is parting in the middle. So I look like I've got a pair of curtains. But hey-ho, I might have to cut it. Still a few people saying hi to Tom as well. So I'm just adding some shading to my images. Do redheads rule? Of course we do. We rule, don't we, Karen? So we're just blending that out. And I am going to create another card as well. But I'm not in a rush, so I'm not rushing this Facebook Live. I'm taking my time. So if you look, you've already... I go to the supermarket, first time in 5 weeks, wow, Anne. So yes, we're doing a giveaway, Anne. I'll mention the giveaway later. A nice giveaway. So this adds the shading to the stamps without you even doing anything. They're called silver highlights, and I'm rocking the current trend. Exactly, Jane. You're rocking the current trend. But if you just didn't want to add dimension, you can just add shading to your background of the stamp, and it looks fantastic just as it is, just with shading. You don't have to do anything else if you don't want. I cut my hair this morning. He offered to do mine. Not a chance. No, Ian's not getting near mine. So if I bring in one I've cut out earlier, so I've got my silhouette here. Where's my wings? There's so much stuff here. So I've got my wings, I've got my silhouette, and I've got my wings, like so. And what I'm going to do now is bring in my card. Embrace the grey. All the best people do. It's trendy. And Sachi has just come in from a very hot sauna. Wow. Fiery temper, so untrue. Yes, your daughter might say differently, Sally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of background stamping. And I'm going to use this stamp, I think. I'm going to add some of these circles in the background. So I'm going to add... Where's my acrylic block? I can't find a thing here. Acrylic block. There we go. Yes, I must admit I'm supporting the online shops as well. I must admit, Linda, I'm supporting the online shops. So I'm just going to... Look how loved my stamp set is. Look at the state of that. I love it, but look at the state of it. Hello, Paula. Hope work wasn't too bad. Hope work was okay. So I'm just going to add some of these black circles. So I do like that background. I do love how those score lines work. But mine looks awful with the rest of my hair dark brown. Oh, bless Roz. It's difficult. It's difficult for us to, you know, when we can't go out. So I'm just adding a couple of black circles to my work because the circles are echoed in the background. So I'm just adding some circles. Let me get a wipe. It's costing me a fortune. I've been buying plants and stamps, but I'm plant mad as well. I'm terrible for plants. I'm absolutely dreadful. So I'm just going to add some more circles to the background. I love how you all reply to each other. It saves me looking for the comments because you all help each other. I love it. Just another circle. I have all my stamps ready, still on my desk to do some more pages on my workshop accordion. Oh, that's brilliant, Sue. Makes me happy, that does. Makes me happy. I'm glad you're enjoying the accordion. And of course I'm adding it in threes because that echoes the circles in the background here. It makes it a cohesive design. I'm just going to dry that because on my next card I'm going to use it with paints. So we'll just move that out the way. Let's somewhere which think, me too, Tracy, ordered from Sarah Raven. Oh yes, and me. I ordered some seeds. I ordered some climbing snapdragon. I ordered some climbing snapdragons, Patricia, and they look lovely. I missed the stamp numbers. That's no problem at all. The stamp numbers that I'm using, Sue, are... These are what I'm going to use for the two cards. The stamp number 113 with the silhouette and the dragonfly. And I'm using stamp set 33 and 34. So I'm blotting this with the wrong piece of paper. What am I doing? You need copier paper to blot. So there's not a colour called walnut, is there? Not that I know of. I don't think there's one that's just called walnut, but I could be wrong because I don't know the whole range. Are you talking about infusions? Piggy Sue has a direct link to Stampers Grove. Oh, bless. So I'm just blotting the circles. And it proves even when you do a simple card, You can still add layers because we've got the infusions, we've got the oxides, we've got the stenciling, we've got the embossed line, and now we've got these circles. And I'm just going to add a touch of the cream pencil to my circles, just to give it a bit of lightness. So this is just a cream polychromo pencil, just to add a bit of shading to my circles. Just as I think your stamps can't get any better, you bring more fab one. Oh, bless you, Sarah. Thank you. It's a worry. It's always a worry when you bring out images and you put yourself out there, because, you know, not everything appeals to everybody. So it's very difficult. But I do appreciate the support. Thank you. So I'm just shading around those circles, and I'm just blending it with a cream polychromo, just to blend it out, just to give it some shading. I don't like to rush my card. Do Stampers Grow sell collection with a reduced price to buying separately? Oh, I don't know. I don't know, Linda. That's a good question. You'd have to ask James. I have no idea. You know what I'm like. It takes me all the time to keep up with what I'm doing. You know what my brain's like. My brain's mush, Linda. Polychromo pencils, they're like a wax pencil, but they layer beautifully. They absolutely layer fantastically. So I like, you can use any coloured pencils, but I like my polychromos. I'm not a professional colourist, don't get me wrong. That's not something I'm very good at. But I just like colouring images now and then, especially if I have a can't be arsed day, like somebody mentioned, on a Friday, then I'll sit there and colour some of my flower images. Then I love doing that. I do like doing that. So let me just lift this up and show you all the layers that we're adding. We've got these circles here that echo the circles there. Hello, Ike. Hello there. Yeah, they are wax pencils, yes. So I've got the embossed lines here and the circles that echo here. But this is going to ground my image. Are they oil-based pencils? I thought they were wax-based pencils. I thought they were wax-based. Could be me. But yes, so we've got those circles. And as you can see here, I've just added a touch of shading to the background of these circles. Hello. Oh, I love how you know all these. And it's just adding a touch of shading just to give it a little bit more life. That's all it is. Greek for Alice. Ah, right. Thank you. Thank you for explaining that. Thank you. So it just adds a touch of shading. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to use stamp set 304 to add a touch of stamping. Remind me not to chuck my ink pads all over the place so that I can't find them. Oh no, I'm sorry, Karen. I keep trying to use things that maybe you've got, but I'm using my stamp set 304 and I'm going to use ground espresso ink. You know what I'm like. You know by now that I love my layers. You know that by now. You know that I like adding lots of interest in the background. They give a waxy effect. Yes, so Leslie says they're oil-based. They're oil-based. But I love them. They blend absolutely beautifully. They really do. They blend fantastically. So I've just added some stamping. Can you see the stamping in the background here? And you've got the stamping here, in the circles here, and down the sides here. I like the tiny hearts, Linda, as well. I love it because they're here, aren't they? Little tiny hearts just in the background there. I love those tiny hearts. I just think it makes it. So there you go. It's the Prisma that are waxed. Yes, thank you, Pam. Polychromos are oil-based. Thank you, Pam. So we've just got the little hearts there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add my silhouette like so. So that my silhouette stands against those lines like this. So it just stands against the lines. Just move it up a little bit. Just like that. And yes, Inktense are water soluble, definitely. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Isabel. Yes, you can't miss my accent, can you? You can't miss my accent at all. So I'm now going to add these to my card. So I'm going to add my dragonfly wings there. And I'm going to add this here. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. So I'm just going to stick my little silhouette down. I'm just adhering off camera. That's all I'm doing. But I'm not touching the arms. So I'm just going to add this here, like so. So my lines ground. Let's make sure, whoops, let's make sure that we don't have any glue. I can't have any glue showing because that will play havoc. I can't stand that. So just remove that bit of glue there, like so. And I've added several little people together, so there's bits of dimension. So there are several people adhered together, like so. And then what I've got, on the stamp set, you can see there's little sentiments. On the stamp set, we've got Create Your Dreams. We've got Find Beauty in the Ordinary. We've got A Heart Without Dreams is like a bird without feathers. We've also got Nature. With brave wings, she flies. So there's quite a few sentiments on here. Details create the big picture. So there's lots of little sentiments in there that really... Oh, bless you, Shelley. I have to say, I like this stamp set. I'm chuffed with it because I like the fact we've got some silhouette images as well. So what I've done here is I've added Create Your Dreams onto a piece of calico. So I've added Laura laughs. I've added the Create Your Dreams on the calico. I'm going to add this here, like that. So Create Your Dreams is going there. So I'll just adhere this and then we'll get onto our next card. And don't worry if you're a little bit tired and you need to go, you just go. If you'd like to share the video, that'd be lovely, thank you. But not in any groups where they don't allow it and you get told off. We don't want you getting told off. So we'll just add that. With brave wings she flies. It's lovely, isn't it? I love the with brave wings she flies. But I love this stamp set. Let's make sure the wings are straight. We don't want them all ski-whiffed. And then what we need to do is we just need to add some pink. Not pink. Pink? Where did pink come from? I need to add some cream splatters. I don't know where pink came from. Stamped with StazOn on the canvas. I find StazOn very difficult to stamp with because it dries so quickly. So I'm just going to add some cream splatters of paint onto the background. Just some cream splatters. I don't want many, but I just want it to lighten some of that background. You should be used to what I'm like now. Just clean my brush. What are we saying? My husband is in the shower at the minute with Scylla blasting out. Oh, bless. He's in there with Scylla blasting out. Oh, bless. He's enjoying himself, Shelley. At least he's singing. At least he's happy. That's the main thing. Just wipe this up so I can use this black card to show you. And then we'll do our other card. So there we've got... If you put that on black card and then onto a white card base, look at this, I've got paint all over me. Did you print onto the calico or stick onto the... No, I printed onto the calico, Michelle. I stamped onto the calico with VersaFine Clair. I stamped straight onto it. But as you can see, all this here is still visible. Oh, thank you, BJB. Thank you. Which ink did you use to stamp on the canvas? VersaFine Clair. Yes, VersaFine Clair. But I love this embossed line here. It just grounds my image and it gives it another detail in the background. Bless you, Mary. So I'm going to do a card now with some colour. So I'm going to create a card now with colour. So what we're going to do is get another piece of card. Don't worry if you need to go. That's absolutely fine. Not a problem at all. So let me just change my... Yes, I need to change my stamps. Just bear with me while I change my stamps. That's it. Are you having a shower with Tommy Cooper blasting? I'm not having a shower. Is that another Tracy? It might be a sandwich for dinner tonight, Sarah says. I don't know what I've got for dinner tonight, I must admit. But do you know, while I'm thinking about it, do you remember the background I created the other day that you kept calling food? That silhouette person would go nice on there as well, wouldn't it? It would go nice on that one with the wings as well. This is the one I created on All and Create's Facebook page, but it'd go nice on there as well, wouldn't it? Is it payday, Joanne? It's like a doorway to trade. Oh, bless you. So what we're going to do now, let's do a coloured card. I'm enjoying my time online today. I'm always in a rush, so I'm not rushing. No, they're not. No, they're not, Serena. They are different. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to some colour. Let's play with some colour. So I'm going to use these two colours. Let's move these out the way so you can see. So I'm using turquoise and lime. So we're going to use turquoise and lime. Yes, you could use the butterfly wings with that one. But when I design stamps, I design them so they all work together. I don't see any point in designing if they can't work together. I've made bread today. Oh, you show off, Liz. That sounds lovely. I can't make anything. I'm useless. All I can do is paper and card. So I'm blending out this colour and look at them beautiful colours. I just adore these two colours together. Look at this for a totally different contrast to the beige card. Pancakes. Hunter's chicken is in the oven for Roz. But look at them two colours together. Absolutely delicious. And the more you brayer over your card, the more you will blend the colour. Absolutely love it. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of the turquoise because I want a little bit more turquoise in the background. So I'm just going to add a bit more turquoise. And if you keep brayering, homemade beef pie. Ooh, Linda, sounds lovely. So if you keep blending that colour with your brayer, you'll get a lovely blend of colour. I love these two colours together, Wendy. Just enjoying myself today. I decided I wanted a couple of hours away from deadlines and dusting. So this is like my bit of fun. So I don't mind if I sit here on my own, I'm fine. So we're going to give that a dry. Fran's having 2 slices of toast and a donut. I'd still eat that, Fran. I'd still eat that, Fran. I like my toast, to be honest. You need more demos with the jelly plate. Okay, Carolyn, no problem. I ordered a bigger one as well, Carolyn. Hi, Dawn. Linda, I love this combination. I mean, look at the blend of that. Just by brayering over it several times. What a beautiful blend. Just stunning. Stunning blend. I'm now going to be using this stamp set. So I love the fact that I can create a card from this stamp set. Hunter's chicken. Oh, that's it. Somebody explain. Thank you, Karen, for explaining about the speedball brayer. Thank you. Yes, it's a speedball brayer. It's the one I've used for 20 years. Don't get me on dusting, Jane. Absolute nightmare. So I'm going to use this stamp set. And what I'm going to do is start off with this, my long lines, like so. And I'm just going to mask off part of the stamp set. No, I haven't got a clue either, Sue. That's because Tracy hasn't got a clue, because Tracy doesn't cook. That's why Tracy hasn't got a clue, let's be honest. Tracy is useless at cooking. So let's tell the truth. Chicken wrapped in bacon with barbecue sauce. Oh, yum. Sweet potato. Oh, will you stop it? You're doing it again. So I'm just inking my stamp up. I just want a couple of those lines and I want them a little bit random. So I've added some masking tape to mask off that area, and then I can remove the stamp. And then what I'm going to do, this is going to ground my image. So I'm just using a different way to ground my image. So I'm going to put it there, I think, just so that this gives me some lines. Who needs to dust? No one visits. That's a good point, Valerie. Oh, bless. So yeah, that's a good point, Valerie. Oh, I'm sorry, Joanne. No dusting until out of lockdown. Oh my God, if I don't dust until out to lockdown, it'll be about 6 feet high. So it'll be a nightmare. So I'm just adding these lines, and you'll see why I'm adding these lines in a short while. So just let me blot. Where's my blotting paper gone? Just let me blot my lines. So we're just going to blot that, and then we're going to use the little heart stamp. The little heart stamp. Low tack tape. You see, I know they're talking about food again, Jennifer. That's my excuse, Stephanie. I can't be good at everything. Trust me, Stephanie, I am no good at cooking. I am the world's worst. So what I'm going to do now is I'm turning this on the side and I'm going to stamp these hearts. So I'm just going to stamp this heart, and I want to stamp 3 of them. There's one. I'm going to stamp again, but I want to make this one a little bit shorter. A little bit shorter. There you go. Gina dusted 2 days ago. It came back. I won't fall for that again. Party day. But of course no party this year. Oh, Sachu, I'm sorry about that. So I'm just wiping away some of the ink to make this a little bit shorter, so that I can adjust the length of the heart. So I'm now going to add this here. The little hearts are lovely. Just adding that there. So there we've got 2. And then I want to add a third heart. And we're going to make those hearts pop. So we're just going to add this here. Like so. Which low tack tape do you use, Tracy? Hang on, let me see if I've still got the box. Let me see if I've still got the box. Hang on. I forgot what it's called. I haven't still got the box. I'll see if I can find it online. I've forgotten the name. I haven't got the box. I'll see if I can find it online for you, the name of the low tack tape. Thank you, Maureen, for replying to Jane. Sorry I missed your comment, Jane. This stamp set is stamp set 33. And we're going to make these hearts pop. We're going to add some more to this yet. So just blot your hearts. I love how you all answer each other. Like you're doing. It can still see a shadow of it. So I get that. So it's blotted. Then I'll blot it again, because it's on a painted surface. So I'll blot it again a second time, and then I'll give it a dry. Because it's on that painted surface, I need to give it a dry. Scotch, that's the one. Thank you, Lynn. That's what I use, Scotch tape. Thank you, Lynn. That's what this is. It's Scotch, and it's brilliant. I couldn't think of the name. Thank you, Lynn. Oh, bless you, Carolyn. I love a good laugh. I love a chat. I love a good laugh. I love the fact that we all like the same thing. So I love that. Scotch blue, is that what this is? Because it's got a blue thing. I have no idea, but I'll have to find it. It's in a blue box. Yep, masking tape will work as long as... Oh, for the technique I did, yes, masking tape will work. Absolutely, no problem at all. What we're going to do now is we're going to swap our stamp. So remove this stamp and just dump it somewhere. And I'm going to go back to the circles. I'm going to go back to my well-loved circles that needs washing. And what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to add some white paint. Make sure it's got a blue inner, Lynn says, and then you'll get the right one. So I'm just going to add some white paint to my stamp. I'm just braying it over. And I'm just going to add a little bit more paint to my stamp. Just to add the circles with the white paint. I'll keep, oh, Babs is keeping you to something. So I'm just adding the white paint. Lovely, absolutely lovely. So just add the white paint. Use the white paint like an ink pad. So I'm going to add a circle here. The circle stamp, I find it one of them stamps that I leave on my desk. I don't put this stamp away. I always leave it on my desk. That's why it looks such a mess, because I've got it out all the time. What I like doing with this stamp is I like adding shading. It's like a habit with me. I like adding the shading to the circle. But it's well loved, this stamp. Actually, I might ask Abs for another one, because it's well loved, that is. Look at it. Look at the state of that poor stamp. So we'll just move that out the way. Just wipe this up. And look at this. Can you see that on my brayer? The circles. Yes, it was Amazon. Yes. You see that? Them circles, you could brayer that onto a piece of coloured background and it would brayer them circles. It would brayer the circles off your brayer. So just wipe that clean. And then what we need to do is get a scrap of card. Let's get a scrap of card like this. And then we're going to bring a touch of red. So I'm using ruby paint. Am I still moving? Yes, I'm still moving. We've got ruby paint. So we're going to add ruby paint. Let me just brayer off this excess that I don't want. Hang on. Let me just brayer this off. That's better. Whoops. I'm then going to brayer that red paint onto my spare piece of card. So this is ruby paint that I'm just brayering onto my card. I'm then going to give that a dry. Like so. Give that paint a dry. Just wipe this up. Do you think Biotex would clean your stamp? It might do actually, Patricia. It's called I need to soak it and stop being so lazy and use it. It's because I use it so much. It's never off my desk. So I need to give it a good soak in the Biotex. It'll bring it up again, and also it'll make it all sticky again, so it'd work perfectly. So what I need to do then is stamp my hearts onto the red background, because that pop of red will make my artwork pop. So I've stamped that 3 times, which you'll be pleased. Kenny Rogers, Ruby. So I've now got these 3 hearts here, which are going to make the artwork pop. It just makes that pop. So we're going to add those to this. Hello, Sanchez. Hello there. So we're just going to add these red hearts to this background, because the red really makes that pop. It just brings it all to life. Welcome. So we're just bringing this, and it's to prove that even with one stamp set, you can create a lovely card. Doesn't have to be over complicated. So we're going to add a bit of background stamping as well. So I'm going to use my favourite stamp, 304. I love a pop. I love a pop. A pop of colour always makes me happy. So I'm just going to brayer this paint onto my stamp. No problem, Chris. Brayer this colour onto my stamp. So I'm just brayering some of that ruby paint onto my stamp. And I'm going to add that to my background, just to give it another pop of colour, just a little touch. How did you guess, Joanne? How did you guess? So just give it a little pop. That touch of red makes it pop. But always remember to clean your stamp. Don't leave your stamp with that paint on. Doesn't matter what you're doing, always remember to clean your stamp. Just let me clean this off. Where's my... Thank you, Shelley. And then what we're going to do, obviously... Oh, I'm trying to put the wrong lid on the wrong thing. We'll add a few delicate splatters. We don't want much. And then I'm going to add a sentiment. Spritz that with water. And then I'll show you what you could do as a different idea. So add some splatters. You don't want to add many. You don't want to overpower your design with too many splatters. Let me just clean some of that brush because it's my favourite fan brush and I don't want it to be ruined. Lift that up like so. Oops. Just put that on one side somewhere. And then what I'm going to do is bring a sentiment in. Oh, thank you, Sarah. So I'm going to bring that in, that little sentiment there. As you can see, that sentiment just fits nicely there. And I want it with that pop of white. I don't want to add any red to that. That's just me personally. I want to leave that pop of white. That's just the way I am. So add that pop of white like so. And then I'm just going to add a little touch of shading to these circles, which is one of my favourite pastimes, is to add shading to these circles. Obviously you would let your paint dry. I haven't got time to let my paint dry, but I like adding shading to these. Scott's repositionable tape. That's it, Stephanie. That is exactly what it is. And it's in a blue box. So I'm just adding some shading to the circles, which is like a favourite pastime of mine. I love adding the shading to these circles. There's just something therapeutic about adding the shading to the circles. So I'm just, obviously you will spend more time doing yours than I do, but I like adding that shading to those circles. It just gives it more depth. It gives it more depth to the design. And then I'm going to add a touch of black to my background. What, no clips? I'm trying not to use the clips because nobody can get them. I love me clips, but nobody can get them. I need to message Tim Holtz and say, what you're doing. You need to get more clips in. Come on. We're waiting. So, yes, I'm waiting for him to get them in. I hope it isn't one of them things that he's discontinuing. So I'm just clicking that there. So add that here. I love this little pop of red, but I'll just show you a different idea you could do if you wanted to make the project. Just a little different idea you can do. So I'm just going to add this here. Like so. Whoops. And let me just show how else you could, another way you could finish it off. So if you bring in the black mat, let's bring in the black mat. Bring in your black mat, so that looks beautiful against a black mat, like so. And if you wanted, you could even frame the hearts if you wanted with a frame. So you could frame it. I know you can't find the clips anywhere. He might send you a full box if you message him in my dreams. So if you wanted to, you could add that frame there. You can't get the label tape either. You are kidding me. For goodness sake. I got my index clips off Amazon as well. So if you wanted to, you could add that frame over the top. Can you see? If you want to finish it in a different way, you could add a little frame over the top. But I quite like it like that as well. I love, and can you see the shading on the circles here? And if we bring the two cards in that we've done this afternoon, Look how different each card is using those stamps. Yeah, there could be a transit problem, Carolyn, that's true. Now, don't forget about the giveaway. If you make a new project, tag me in your new project so that I know you want to be a part of the giveaway of the bookbinding kit. If you'd love to share the video, that'd be wonderful. And look at the 2 different cards we've created. I love the shading. Look at the shading on each of the circles. The shading on them circles. I love that. And my favourite bits are the shading, the pop of red, and this scoring line here. I love that scoring line. Hello, Tonya. Mine said it was going to be a month, Serena, but my index clips came in 2 weeks. So it just gives you 2 different ideas of projects using 2 different stamps. But I'm loving this scoring line here. I love that. And that pop of red. And if you put it on a black mat, it's totally different. I love it. I'll have to have a look for the black tape. But, you know, I've really enjoyed your company. I've really enjoyed spending the time with you. And it's been a lovely afternoon. How long have we been on? An hour and a half. The calico I got from Amazon as well. I just got cream calico is what I got. Oh, thank you, Sarah. I'm really pleased with them, how they've come out. I could do this all day long. I could just stamp that circle stamp all day long. Do you know what else you can make out of them circles, don't you? You know what else you could do? Stamp the circles like that, put a stem on, and then you've got a flower. This is what I'm like when I'm creating. The more cards I do, the more I want to do. Oh, brilliant. Thank you. So thank you very much for your company. And I will probably be back tomorrow. I have no idea what I'll be back tomorrow with, but I'll probably be back tomorrow. I'll have another think. I may use the same stamp sets, I don't know. And I'll let you know what time. So thank you very much for your company. I hope you all have a lovely afternoon and enjoy your tea. It's all Tracy's followers buying the stock. Is it my fault, Liz? So I'll probably be back tomorrow. It may be another long one because I've been on for an hour and a half. Can you believe it? An hour and a half. So, yeah, traffic lights. So thank you very much for your company. And I shall see you all tomorrow. See you all tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye, everybody. Take care. Bye.